Welcome to day 5 of Healing Your Abused Inner Child 11 Days program. On day 5, we are going to look at how to become aware of your beliefs and how to eliminate those beliefs or change those beliefs. So this video is about raising our awareness, because that is so important when healing our abused inner child. One of the ways we become aware of it is by contemplating and reflecting on what it is that we're walking around telling ourselves that we are and that we aren't, and what we can and what we cannot do. A way we can do this is by journaling each day. That's why so many of the exercises in this 11 days program involves writing and journaling, writing down your thoughts, your experiences, your memories, and your beliefs. So we raise our awareness by asking questions. So I want you to cultivate asking questions about your inner state every day, your mental state. Ask questions about how you're feeling today. What is this feeling that you might experience circling around in your stomach? Or what is this recurring feeling that just won't go away, and then it feels like it's in a loop and that it's stuck there? And then keep asking questions about these feelings. Where do they come from? What are they really an expression of? What are they trying to tell you? What are your innermost feelings actually trying to tell you? That is one of the ways that we raise our awareness, which is so crucial when healing from the past, where our wounded, abused inner child still is. So when we ask questions and when we begin focusing on our feelings, we have to do it without denying or ignoring or try to change how we feel. We need to just embrace it with compassion and love and accept that that is how we are feeling right now. That is how we are right now. Instead of trying to change it or run away from it or deny that this is how we are feeling, because ultimately we want to return to the present moment. We don't want to live in the past. And that's why we are doing this 11 days program, to heal the abused inner child that is still screaming for us from the past. So ask yourself again, why do you feel this way right now? What made you feel like this? And naturally you will become more and more aware by diving deeper into yourself. Many people have experienced that they were made wrong for having feelings by being told that they were too sensitive, too overreacting, insane or crazy, which eventually made us turn against our true core self over time, because our inner child became so wounded. So this can have happened in your childhood, that maybe your parents, your caregivers, they gaslighted what you experienced and made you feel wrong by saying you were too sensitive, you were overreacting, you were insane or crazy. And that will eventually make us shut down our feelings, emotions, and needs. We might grow up in a household where the caregivers or the parents needed to have the control over our emotions, because they knew that if we have a shaky sense and trust in our emotional and mental inner world, then we are much easier to manipulate and control. We as humans are naturally addicted to our emotions, and there is nothing wrong with that. This is simply just how we are as human beings. And therefore, the abusive caregivers or parents want us to only feel certain emotions like fear, guilt, shame, etc. because they know that we will become addicted to whatever emotions that are most present inside us. And we are truly easy to control and manipulate when we are in fear. Once the abusive, self-absorbed caregiver, parent has installed these destructing emotions inside us, and we have become addicted to them, they begin evolving into becoming convictions. And the moment our internal state of feelings have turned into convictions, then how we feel is no longer just a feeling of how we feel about ourselves. We are now convinced that this is how we are, that we are not good enough because we are too sensitive, and that we are stupid and we're wrong and we're embarrassing and we're crazy and we're too overreacting and whatever it is that we were told. So once the installed emotions have turned into convictions, it becomes our new reality. And now the caregiver, parent can control how we perceive ourselves and others, which basically makes us completely powerless. When we trust what it is that we feel, and when we reflect on our choices and cultivate what it is that's going on around us, based on what the subconscious mind is telling, it will be much more difficult to manipulate and break us. The thing is that our emotions are really a precious compass that works as a powerful guide through our life. And when we learn to use this compass, we will be unstoppable. But as long as we have this wounded, abused inner child screaming for our attention because it needs to be felt, it needs to be heard, it needs to be validated, then we can't really move on. We can't really get this movement that we so desperately long for until we have met our inner child with so much self-love, which we are going to explore so much more about in one of the later videos. We raise our awareness by asking questions. So I want you to cultivate asking questions about your mental state each day. Ask questions about how you are feeling. What are these feelings trying to tell you? What is behind the feeling? What is the pain that is behind these feelings? So today's exercise is no surprise because you are going to write again. I want to invite you to write down all your beliefs about yourself. And if this is difficult, to know what beliefs you have about yourself, because it's natural that a lot of them are still in the subconscious mind. So how can we be aware of something that we are currently not aware of? Which again is why we ask questions. Then I want you to write down your innermost shameful thoughts about yourself, like, I'm not good enough, I must earn my parents' love, I don't deserve to have success. And it can also be a really, really good idea to talk with close friends who know you very, very well, and also family members that you trust, and ask them about what beliefs they think that you have, that they have noticed when you talk about something, because they can help mirror your shadow sides that you're not yet aware of. So when you write down your beliefs about yourself, I want you to write the truth on the next line and see them next to each other. And then afterwards, I want you to erase the false belief you have and begin saying out loud the true belief about yourself for the rest of this day. I am so excited for this journey, and I'm so excited for you and your transformation. Leave a comment if you want to share how you are doing on day 5. On day 6, we are going to dive into the aspect of grieving and how we give ourselves permission to grieve, because that is not always so easy. So I will be back with that topic on day 6. I wish you an amazing day. Bye for now.